Hey guys. Okay, so when it comes to these weekly videos, I normally target them towards building design professionals or other industry professionals. If I happen to capture some clients, so some homeowners in the process, that's just like an added bonus or benefit. This week, I'm going to kind of flip that around, and instead I'm going to talk directly to the clients. So what are we going to talk about? Well, I want to give you guys a bit of an update as to what's happening in the industry, some insight as to how things are happening or operating on our side of the fence. Why? Well, so you can kind of modify or adjust the way you work with your consultants to get the most out of them, to get the best positive outcome for yourselves there. Why am I doing this? Well, I've had two situations in the last 24 hours that have kind of brought this to the forefront of my mind and made me realize this is something we probably should be talking about. So, first situation, yesterday afternoon, I came out of a meeting with a client, and I am paraphrasing here, but he basically said to me, do you get the impression that Consultant X, they weren't really up to speed on the job? They were kind of making things up as they went along. They weren't really putting the effort into the project. And I was like, well, to be honest, yeah, 100%. But that is not a reflection of who they are as a person, their capabilities, their work ethic, or any of that sort of stuff. That is just 100% a reflection of the industry at the moment and the pressures we're under. Anyway, fast forward to this morning, I was in another client meeting, and the client basically said, do you think the Consultant Z, they've possibly got a little bit too much work on at the moment? They're a little bit too busy. Do you think we could possibly change consultants and go with someone else there? And I was like, yeah, we can change consultants, but no, we're still going to have the exact same issue, if not a worse issue. Because the reality is everyone in the industry at the moment is overloaded. I was thinking about this morning, I was like, you know what? I think this year there has only been 2 weekends where I haven't worked. And I am totally cool with that because I personally have a renovation that I'm trying to save money for. So I'm like, bring on the work, let's make this happen. But most people out there aren't driven by that situation at the moment. They are so overloaded. And if you go out there and you put pressure on them and get cranky pants on and all of that sort of stuff, they're just going to turn around, let's be honest, and go, you know what? I don't need this pressure. Like, I've got so much work backed up. I don't need your business. And I don't mean that to be a negative sort of thing. It's just a cold, hard reality of the situation. So if you're faced with that reality, how do you interact with it? How do you work? How do you make it work for you, basically? Well, I got 2 suggestions here. Firstly, if someone comes to me and they basically say to me, hey, look, I totally understand you are under the pump at the moment. I understand everyone is screaming at you. However, is there any chance you could look at this for me? Or is there any chance you could do this for me? I instantly drop my guard, my ears open up, and I go, okay, how can I help you here? What can I do for you? Because they are showing me respect. They are sitting there saying, we understand your situation. However, we'd love it if you could help us here. So yeah, first thing, approach people with sugar and not the whip. Approach them from a respectful position, saying, look, I understand what the position is at the moment. This is what I'm hoping you can help me with. And I feel you will get a lot more, what's the word I'm looking for? Basically, people will be more open to you. Now, the second tip I've got, and I say this to be on repeat at the moment, to be in our office, if you're coming to someone, spoon feed them the information. Don't assume that they remember stuff. Don't assume that they've got that information available at their fingertips. So B often comes to me, in the past she used to come to me all the time and be like, oh, so this job, blah, 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 blah. And I'll be like, whoa. I know we talked about that job, but I do not remember what that job was. So I say to her, you need to come to me and say, 2 weeks ago, we had this inquiry. You came back with this response. I since went and gathered this information. So here's the question I've got now, or here's what I need to know, etc., etc. Step me through what we've done in the past so it can kind of bring my mind back up to speed quickly. Don't rely on me having the time and time's the best way to say it, to go back through emails. Clear headspace is more of an issue probably at the moment. Everyone's just running on in overdrive. They're running on the reserves. So you don't have that brain capacity to sort of do the extra thought process that you normally would. So yeah, I always say to her, come to me, spoon feed me that information, assume I know nothing, and help me get up to speed on the job quickly so that I can provide a response to you even faster. It's the same thing with your consultants. Go to them and spoon feed them that information, step them through everything to help them speed up their response to you. It's going to get you a quicker result at the end of the day, and it's going to stop you from being pushed into the too hard basket or pushed to the bottom of the pile. If someone comes to me and they give me all the information I need and I can quickly respond, I'm going to prioritize that naturally over one where I'm like, oh, I don't remember that job. Oh, I got to go back through all my emails. Yeah, that one can wait till later this afternoon type thing. So yeah, just 2 small little tips I wanted to put out there to help people understand what they're dealing with at the moment and use that understanding to work to their advantage to better manage the relationships and get more out of the consultants they're working with. As I always say, until next time, thanks for watching.
For all you red tape lovers out there, I have one thing to say. Well, no, actually, I've got 3. Number 1. The advice provided in these videos is general in nature. It's not site specific. You would be a silly Billy to go and make financial decisions based on this advice without first checking with the town planner. Don't be a silly Billy. Number 2. Brisbane town planning is in no way linked to Brisbane City Council. The views expressed in these videos are my own, not council's. So if you don't like them, blame me, not council. Number 3. What was my number 3? Oh yeah. The views expressed in these videos are accurate at the time of recording. If you're watching this video back 10 years from now, the views may not be so accurate. That's all. Bye.